Do not be fooled. There is a fundamental problem with this listing, and you need to know what it is. Stay tuned. I'm going to provide you all the information you know about the SBAs. One of these things is not like the other. Remember that song? Yeah, well, the same goes here. There are two totally different items here that you're looking at. One is a collectible item, and the other one is just a normal coin. I'm going to help you discern which is which. Now, the first problem that comes with understanding the varieties that happen within this particular coin. And as you can see, there's two types of proof coins here. There is an initial proof coin, which is the 1979, and you'll see that there is a type 1 and a type 2. Now, the type 1, you can see this kind of blobby filled, almost looks like a goop filled 8 more than it does an S. Whereas the type 2, you see more of a non-filled S-type mint mark. And this is within the 1979. But if you come over here to the next item, which is the 1981, you're going to see that there's a type 1 and a type 2 in 1981 as well. And again, you look at the mint marks and you can see that there's a significant difference. So if you look at the top one, it's a little bit tighter. It's the same one as the type 2 of the 1979. But if you look at the type 2, you can see it's a little bit wider, a little bit more spread out, and there's a little bit more area in the S for it to be kind of open. Again, it distinguishes the S just a little bit more. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about is we want to kind of talk about the design varieties. Now, there's a couple different design varieties on the reverse that I want to go over. Now, these are things that you should know when you're looking at the Susan B. Anthony's, simply because if you're trying to identify certain varieties, it's important that you understand what the reverse is. That'll help you identify die pairs, and it'll also help you identify the different design variety that you're looking at. So in this particular case, you're going to see that the Philadelphia Mint in 79, 80, and 81 utilized this particular reverse with the 3 islands. Now, if we come over here and we look at the next photo, you're going to see that the 1 island only existed in 1999. So you won't see a 3 island variety in 1999. Now, if you do, it's going to be a different die pairing, and it's something that you definitely want to keep in your back pocket, keep aware of. Not that any have been found, but if you happen to find one, then you know that it's not one of the normal die pairings, and that is definitely something that you want to keep an eye out for. This is something that I want you to pay particularly close attention to. This is where I told you, do not fall victim, do not fall prey to that listing, and that's because you need to understand what the die varieties are. You need to understand what the different varieties within the obverse and the reverse are. What we're looking at here is a narrow rim obverse variety, and this is the narrow rim. Now, I want you to look 79, 80, and 81. They were at all 3 mints. Now, pay attention to this because it's going to come very important here on the next set of images. Now, I want you to look at this particular image, and I want you to see just how close the actual date is in relation to the rim. You can see there's nowhere near the distance in the 1, 9, and the 9 of 1979 as there was in the previous image. And this is very important. Now, in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see another obverse item in here, which is the In God We Trust. This is different from previous years. They did make a change in this. So be paying attention to this particular In God We Trust, because this is going to be one of your die markers to validate that you do, in fact, have what they call a wide rim variety. And this is very important because if you looked at the listing earlier where they said the 1980 wide rim variety, if you look at the dates located here on the right-hand side, you will see that the only wide rim variety was in Philadelphia. It did not happen in Denver, and it did not happen in San Francisco. When you're looking at this particular variety in 1980, all of them were of this particular type. That means that there was no wide rim special variety in 1980. It was common. In fact, it was the design element of choice. So note that only at the end of 1979 was this wide rim variety in place. So the eBay listing that you saw earlier that showed that 1980 wide rim variety, it's baloney. It doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. So pay very close attention to that when you're looking at eBay listings. Save this video, bookmark this time frame. It's important for you to remember this. Come back to this video as often as you need. Just be able to look at the dates, look at the mint marks, and help you to identify which coin, in fact, is the wide rim variety. The only one on record is the 1979, and that is something that you need to pay close attention to. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next set of pictures. So I want you to save this image for your records as well. This is something that you're going to have to pay very close attention to. The only difference in the obverse in this particular set of years is the wide rim, which is the upper left-hand corner. This is the variety you're looking for. This is the variety you want to collect. Do not be fooled. Do not be trapped into believing that there are any other varieties with a wide rim outside of 1979. Consider this your public service announcement. I hope this helps. Please keep this video in your library. Refer back to it whenever you're looking at a Susan B. Anthony, and make sure that you understand the difference between each. Please share this with your friends. If you have people that like to buy on eBay, make sure they're aware of this. Share this with people that are there. If you see an eBay listing that's wrong, if you want to, go ahead and contact the seller. Let them know that that's listed incorrectly. Ask them politely if they'll take it down. If they choose not to, then go ahead and report the listing. Now, the listing that was at the front of the screen, when I started this video, I did report that listing. I asked that person to take it off. They did not remove it. So I have reported that individual listing. Again, protect yourself. This information is crucial. It is important. You need to have this in your arsenal. So make sure that you share this and share this widely. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video and I earned your respect, please make sure that you subscribe, hit that like button, share it out. And again, this is Frostbite. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.